AMKS Goddess Radio. Living and letting live. Learning to let live. And that's what I'm really doing. And, wow. You know, life is complicated these days. You know, I think we complicate it as humans. Out of tune. Seems like that with everything I do in my life sometimes. I don't know about anybody else. The last two things were harvesting organs from people that are unwilling or been lied to or deviated into letting go of loved ones that have passed. And homeless and drug addicts being lied to and comatose and doctors thinking that, hey, they're homeless and they don't have an address to report to. There's nobody going to miss this person, so let's go ahead and take their stuff that they might need to keep them alive, like a heart or, your liver or whatever. I mean, there are so many things in the world today going on. And a friend brought to my attention that the negativity of the world, the 6 days of negativity and living in the world, 6 days living in negativity in the world and seeing all the crap go on, that you need that 1 day to rest. If we have 1 day to rest, imagine that. He says, rest on the 7th day, right? Sunday's not the 7th day, it's the first day. I don't know anybody that doesn't know that, but it took me a while to figure that out. We're all resting on the first day, and the 7th day is actually Saturday. You know what I mean? And Sunday begins the new week, And God restores us in 1 day after living 6 days of the week in chaos amongst people that do not understand or have faith. It's intense, right? He breathes life into our life. I've had a lot of people come in and out of my life, and including our children. I mean, we're just a vessel to bring them into this world, onto this universe, this plane, right? We've had animals that love us, people that say they love us, but then you have to define what love really is, right? What love really is. What glory really is. And whose glory are you doing? Are you doing God's glory? And for you atheists out there, whether you believe it or not, do as thy wilt. The law is for all, right? Do you know what that means? If it harms none, do as I will, right? It means to look at the thing as a whole pie and to see your actions and what it's going to cause on somebody. And what, do you wish harm on someone? Well, Anton LaVey, even Aleister Crowley said, wish no harm upon no one, right? God said, love thy neighbor as you love thyself. Treat others as you would like to be treated, right? I think Gandhi and Buddha had something like that too. Muhammad said off with their head if they don't believe what I said. Yeah, that's This is Ryan Fields, California. Thank you for your heartless Every step you take and every breath you take, are you doing the next right thing? I don't know, are you? I'm not you. I don't live in your shoes. I don't live in your head. You know, I live right here in me. Baby. And Facebook is acting cockeyed again. You know, the Big Brother's always acting weird. You know what I mean? They want to torment us on a daily basis. You know, when I'm talking about organ harvesting and drug addicts and homeless people today, and when I'm talking about mind control and the government completely wirelessly being able to put another human voice into somebody's head in 1974, when I talk about MK Ultra and water deprivation tanks, and people go, oh. Well, they released the papers. You can spend the next 8 decades checking it out for yourself and thumbing through those pages and reading them hours after hours and hours and days. Or you can compare. Compare what you feel inside, what you see with your eyes, and what people around you are doing and saying. How weird are they today, man? Blessings. Do you give proper acknowledgement for the blessings you get? My cat is trying to stop me from playing the guitar because she wants to be touched. I haven't been here. I go to meetings. I'm an ex-dope fiend, ex-alcoholic, I got a lot of baggage. And people might say, well, that's just too damn bad. But what I can tell you is that when I gave my life to God of my understanding, Jesus Christ, that's who I call God, because you got to go through Him to get to God. Not the Pope, by the way. You don't go through the Pope to get to God. Matter of fact, you just go directly to God. But you have to believe that Jesus Christ was His Son. You know? And there's so many things you can go on and on and on about which religion's the best. But I've done a lot of religions. I was a Satanist. I was an atheist. I really studied a lot about Hinduism. It's funny because they aren't gods. They were real people. At least Brahma was, and so was Lord Shiva. You know what I mean? He was a chief of a village. I guess I just rant and rage sometimes. I don't know. This is like, for me, it's a different world today. I did Runway Monum. I did Redken, Fifth Avenue Fashion, Harley Davidson Custom Chrome. I used to be a model and went all the way down to the bottom, and I gave everything up. Even my clothes, my shoes, my name bag, my name brand purses and colognes and perfumes and glasses, I do the Dollar Tree stuff today. It's not about the material world. I guess you can be happy in a material world, or you can be happy in the everlasting world. And both have an everlasting world if you want to look at the upside and downside, And then you have the middle spot, which is the world we live in today. And that's your ultimate dimensions, 12 layers of shit, From top to bottom, You're fallen angels, you're fallen gods. And God doesn't say it just one time in the Bible. He talks God of gods. He's Lord of lords. He is above all the other channels because He created them all. Today I watched this movie on Samson. And 3 vows were bestowed upon him. Do not touch the bodies of the dead. Do not drink of alcohol. And don't cut your hair. And the last one was don't cut your hair, and Delilah had cut his hair, and he lost his strength. But God only punished him until he figured it out, Until he figured out he had to go through all these trials and tribulations and end up losing a woman that he really loved, and her father, and had to be blinded, right, in front of his brother, and be imprisoned and beat with a whip before he realized, okay, I'm here to do God's will, and that was to take on the Palestinians in that time. And he said, God, let me die among them, as he took down the temple of Dracon, the guy with the funny hat the Pope kind of wears. You know what I mean? See, I'm not no Bible thumper, y'all. I'm really not. In fact, I like to look into the mysteries of the world myself. The Planet X coming towards us. We've got all these disasters and catastrophes happening across the world, and what do? Do we help our fellow man? No, we're worried about whether or not our kids have Jordans, $110 pair of dollar shoes, or if they got some new Nikes. You know what I mean? My blessings come from God. They're not man-made. They are, okay, let's take this back. Let's take it back. They're man-made because they are of this world, materialistic things. However, everything I own or have achieved in this time go around through my sobriety, which I'll be coming up on 2 years, was achieved through God. And you're like, no, you just stopped using, you stopped drinking, you stopped doing the same shit you were doing. How did I get the strength to do that this time, one more time out of friggin' all the other times I failed? Right? Blessings. Thanksgiving, glory, honor, power, and might of Christ. Anyway, I hope everybody has a good night, and you're listening to a good show tonight, or watching a good movie. I wanted to press anybody out there today. But if you're still wearing a veil over your eyes and you still think that we're not headed towards World War III, a catastrophe with planets going to hit us, I mean, what's going to be first? Or is it going to happen all at one time? World War III and the pole shift and the catastrophic biblical Apollyon coming towards us. I mean, go on, dude. We're harvesting human body parts alive. China did the Fugong Liu or something like that. They were practitioners of a different type of whatever. And because they were healthier, they got more money for their organ parts, and people were calling in and these guys from China. It's amazing. In foreign countries, they have brokers for that. So I could go in and say, well, I don't really need my big toe today. How much are you going to give for it? Is that $100? I don't know. But I know today that if we don't start reaching out as humanitarians, not Americans, not Saudi Arabians, not Iraqians, not Mexicans, not Blackians, not any kind of, but humanitarians, and about taking care of one another, no matter what cost it may be. I mean, really? I watched Pool Kings, and they put in this huge pool in this house. They got 3 kids, plus a husband and a wife. Yes, they earned all that money that they got. I don't even know what profession they were in. However, the house itself, you need an intercom to talk to the person on the other side of the mansion. You know what I mean? And you could house numerous people there. I guess it causes employment. I mean, you got to have a housekeeper to keep up on that, and somebody to do your laundry, because Lord knows you're not going to want to do it yourself. I wouldn't. Anyway, this is AMKS sending out evening thoughts. I hope everyone's doing very well. And I don't know how much time this actually takes till I get out there to the people, but I love you all. And here's my spiel. AMKS, Goddess Radio, saying what you think, too afraid to say, grow a heart, America. Yes. Stand up for something, or you will fall for everything. Well, we already have. Over the centuries, we've been lied to. What do you do with all that information? It's all true. Listen, people. Stand up for something.